Hey guys, this is Travis singing with Shell Shock MMA. We're here at the Team Wild Men Gym in Denver, Colorado. We got a special guest today. We got UFC's newest bantamweight, Anthony Birchak. How you doing, bud?
Good, man.
Good. Now, obviously people thought the last couple of weeks, hey, you're supposed to be fighting Joe Soto. So what ended up happening with that fight, and kind of, when did you hear about it? Did you hear about it like the rest of the world? Or?
So, kind of after, without divulging too much of the UFC's dirty laundry, what happened, obviously Barao, got sick and fainted coming out of his weight cut. Henry Cejudo didn't make weight, said he was cramping at 130 pounds. And so I was on Twitter going down to weigh-ins, and I see first Henry Cejudo, now Barao. I nominate Anthony Birchak to step up and take the title shot. I was like, the hell is this? Just as soon as I exit out of Twitter, Sean Shelby calls me. So I'm like, hey boss, I'm sorry, I'm running a couple minutes late. I'm in the elevator right now heading down to weigh-ins. He's like, okay, no worries. He goes, but I need to talk to you ASAP. And I was like, I told Mercedes, like, dude, what if I get the title shot? And she's like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. So we get downstairs, and Shelby's like, okay, so this is what happened, Barao, ABCD, Cejudo, ABCD. And he's like, so you're without a fight now because I'm pulling Joe Soto up to fight TJ Dillashaw. He goes, right now we're gonna see if Scotty Jorgensen wants to take the fight with you, and and then we'll go from there. He's like, are you down to fight Scotty Jorgensen? Looked at my coach. He said, yep. I said, cool, let's rock it, man. So after that, they went and asked Scotty, and that was a no. So I mean, I was kind of bummed out that I didn't get the fight for sure.
Yeah, well, especially Scotty coming off recent losses and stuff too. And a guy that's making his UFC debut, I could kind of see why he'd be like, no, we'll wait for a game plan or something. But obviously, you were down to do it, so that's cool.
And that's what Dana and Sean said. He's like, you know what, I'm always down and got guys like yours back, because not only did you show up to fight Joe Soto, you showed up to fight Scotty Jorgensen. He goes and they paid me my win and my show money, and that's what he said. He goes, I know you're one of the best fighters in the world. I know you came to scrap. He's like, and I'm always gonna back a guy like that. So he's like, I have no problem, supporting you and making sure that you get taken care of.
Now the guys over at Shell Shock MMA, we've been discussing that, especially with recent fight just falling through a couple of days ago at weigh-ins for the Connecticut show too. Some of the things that, is there really anything that you could do to kind of cause, maybe knock off the problem as far as weigh-ins, or is it just kind of unprofessional? Or
you know what, man, I see you have two jobs. It's make weight and go fight. You know what I mean? I understand family gets in the way, diet gets in the way. I feel like some of these athletes lose that spark. You know what I mean? And I've been doing this for 20-some years. I've been cutting weight since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? Nothing's changed. I haven't changed anything. I've learned new little tips and tricks, how to do it better. How to do it more healthy, more scientific. But I've never gone backwards. And I feel like some of these athletes are losing that fire that got them here. And maybe me and Henry are good friends, but I hate to see him not be able to make weight 5 times in a row. You know what I mean? I feel like that spark that got him to the top is no longer burning.
Yeah. Well, not only that, being an Olympian wrestler, you would think that it'd just be natural to him. So something's got to be an issue with that too. So I think it just sometimes, like you said, maybe the passion's not there, or they just don't think of it until the last minute.
But this is a one-case thing. Askren does it. DC does it. There's plenty of other.
Chael used to do it.
Chael used to do it. You know what I mean? So these people that have competed at the highest level, are Olympians. They can still do it. They know how to do it. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I had a front row seat to the Henry Cejudo meltdown in the sauna, and I just was like, I looked at my clock. I had like 2 minutes ago. I was like, nah, it's time to get out. I'm leaving. So. Unfortunately, Dana either told me either make weight or you're gone. So, and I think he's moving up to 35. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that works too. So, as far as we also saw a little incident on social media. As far as, did your house get burglarized when you were on leave for 177?
Yes. So, not only on top of all the BS happening at UFC 177, but I come home, I got the luggage, and I'm dragging it in the house. And I noticed there's a little piece of metal about this big laying in the middle of my bricks. I was like, that's weird. So I look, front door's open, it's a deadbolt. So the point of entry was, someone was in the rear through the sliding glass door, and they tried getting out the front door, but it was deadbolted. So they kicked it in and just snapped it right off.
That's crazy.
Cleaned me out, man. TVs, PlayStations, jewelry, my MFC championship ring's gone. So, my family's safe, I'm safe, everyone's got their health, and all that other stuff's replaceable,
Yeah, now was your family with you when it happened?
Mercedes and my youngest were, and then the other two were at the other set of the other 3 were at the other set of parents' house. So
okay.
everyone was safe though.
Yeah,
you know,
so as long as
thank
everybody's
God.
safe, yeah. And
Exactly.
hopefully homeowners insurance will take care of the rest.
Unfortunately, I did not have renter's insurance, so I got to eat all that, man.
Oh well, you got new PlayStation coming out, so it's not that big.
Yeah,
of a deal.
I'm waiting.
PlayStation 4, just get it when you get the bonus for your next fight. So, is there any word on the next opponent since you kind of got screwed out of 177?
You know, when I was talking to Dana and Sean, they were saying they're going to turn me around as fast as possible. I mean, UFC 178's coming up. UFC Fight Night in Halifax is coming up, and that's the one that they were kind of leaning to. I told them, you know, hey, Phoenix is December. I would love to, you know, get a full camp in and show you what I'm really capable of doing. You know, so, but, you know, I'm staying ready. I'm here with, you know, Coach Thomas Denny, a wild man, and getting some high elevation training with Matt Manzanares, and you know, this is a good finish up to his camp and great start to my camp. So I feel, you know, super confident going into whatever fight happens.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the obvious question I got to ask: how do you know Thomas Denny? How do you know, as far as Colorado scene and stuff like that? What was your decision to come out here, and also how did you meet him?
I met Coach Denny in Albuquerque when I fought for Jackson's MMA series, and it was a knockout win over Matt Leyva that I had. He brought some boys out. You know, I loved his energy. You know, he's been in this industry so long. It's like I've watched him fight in MFC. You know, we have a common friend, Drew Fickett. So it's like our paths were kind of just crossing and intersecting at different points in our career. But, you know, he called me up and said, you know, I think you'd be a great training partner for Matt. You know, we'd love to bring you up for his camp to defend his RFA title. I said, absolutely. Yeah. You know, and I left the next day after I found out my house got robbed. He's like, I would have understood, you know, completely if you didn't want to come. I was like, well, am I going to sit at home, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Just get pissed off.
You have no PlayStation. You have no TV. What are you going to do?
So, you know, it's good for me to come up here and train and clear my head and make sure everything's, you know, good going into both our fights. So it was just an honor for, you know, and such a wealth of knowledge comes from the Wild Man. So it's, you know, a really great experience for me.
Now, is there an opponent that you'd like to face with the full training camp? Is there Scotty Jorgensen, or is there somebody, a name that you'd kind of want to face against?
Scotty's at 25s, you know what I mean? I was just doing it at the time, just, you know, to fill a card and step up and, you know.
Just go from there.
It'd be an honor to fight someone in the top 10. You know, anybody in the top 10 with a full camp, I'm absolutely capable of hanging with. I have no doubt in my mind. Like Ben Rothwell said last night, you know what I mean? When you believe in yourself, anything's possible, and I absolutely believe that, you know what I mean? I think I'm at one of the best places in my career right now mentally, and I truly believe that greatness is attainable with hard work and dedication.
Well, obviously with MFC having a lot of guys that have came through the ranks and going to the UFC, Sam Alvey, and yourself being just the recent ones, how is that kind of a springboard? Have you kind of looked at that, like RFA and some of these other promotions, of just being a great springboard to getting you to the next level?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think any of the Access TV organizations do a great job of bringing up, you know, the next generation of superstars. Alan Joban just, you know, he knocked out my boy Seth, you know what I mean? But still, he did it in a great way. You know, Matt's a great 125er that would fit perfectly in the UFC's division. You know, I think, you know, Anthony Hamilton just did a great job beating Ruan Potts. There's so much untapped talent at the Access TV level that these new stars that are grooming, it is literally a changing of the guard. You're going to see the old ones going out and coming in. 2014's been the upset of champions, you know what I mean? You're going to start seeing the cycle now change.
Yeah, the new age, like they've been calling for a long time.
Absolutely, man. We are the new age.
Well, we appreciate your time, and hopefully you'll stay here in Colorado for a long time.
For sure, brother, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one.